You want to write a novel, but you have no idea where to start? Good news, I've been there before and I'm gonna break it down for you so you get a head start. Let's go. Welcome to my channel. I'm Anna Brunisen. I'm a writer and filmmaker. Let's begin our breakdown. So step 1, the idea. Every novel starts with a what if, not a fully formed plot. What if people got sorted into factions based on their personality?
Dauntless.
What if a kid wizard went to a magic school?
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
A wizard.
What if a depressed orphan girl got superpowers and then had to fight for her life because of her abilities? That's my book, Black Book, by the way. In case you haven't read it, I'll link it below in the description for you. And a little secret about this step is don't go super focused on, I have to be original, I have to be creative. This will just make things harder. Instead, focus on being curious. Sometimes it all starts with one question, a possibility. Step 2, characters. Your story relies on the characters, so you have to make them interesting. Don't make them so black and white. Make us question their decisions at times, but also root for them at times. You have to give them a want, which is an external goal, a flaw or a lie, something that is holding them back. Also linked to the want, because sometimes what they want is not what they need. Therefore, give them a need. What would be the answer to their problem, but they most likely don't want to admit? That's exactly what makes things interesting. I definitely recommend the book Writing Character Arcs for more depth on the subject. I'll also link it below. Step 3, the basic plot structure. So here's an overall structure of a novel. So the story is basically organized in 3 parts, but there are subparts of it, and if you want I can make another video on this because it's a very deep subject, so comment if you wanted. But to summarize the whole thing, first you introduce your character and their normal world.
Wake up, cousin! We're going to the zoo!
Then the inciting incident, which is something that causes them to leave their comfort zone. Then the midpoint, which occurs around the 50% mark of your novel. It can bring a change of direction for your character.
Belongs to Mr. Nicholas Flamel, the noted alchemist, who last year celebrated his 665th birthday. That's what Fluffy's guarding on the 3rd floor. That's what's under the trapdoor. The Sorcerer's Stone.
Then the climax, which is the moment we've all been waiting for. It is the high point of your novel. It shows the final actions that need to take place in order to solve the conflict. And the resolution, which is the end of the journey. You give your readers a taste of how the characters' lives are going to be like now that the conflict is solved. And here you can show how much the character has changed, how much of his original setup, normal world has changed.
Go on, I'm with you. I'm with you now. I'm with you. Oh, now listen, Harry. If that dolt of a cousin of yours, Dudley, gives you any grief, you could always, threaten him with a nice pair of ears to go with that tail of his.
But, Hagrid, we're not allowed to do magic away from Hogwarts. You know that.
I do. But your cousin don't, do he? Hey? Aye.
Feels strange to be going home, doesn't it? I'm not going home. Not really.
What I encourage you to do is to deal with this step first before you start typing things. Because when you have things outlined, nicely planned out, then the writing just flows. You don't have to keep stopping thinking, oh, but is this order making sense? Because you've already covered it in the outline. So you have more fun writing. You need to know where your novel's going before you start writing it. Step 4, draft ugly, edit pretty. So the first draft is about getting a bunch of ideas and possibilities out of your system, even if it doesn't make much sense. And when you're done and you read it and you think it really sucks, that means you're doing it right. Write a little bit every day and don't judge your writing. Care about improving. Don't aim for perfection because perfection is an illusion. Write what you have to write, even if it's ugly, and then you have the chance to edit later, so you don't jam your writing, so things just flow. And no one writes a novel as a whole. We write pages, we write sentences, little by little, and that's what a novel is made of. It's made of small progress. Step 5, edit. So after your first draft, you take away what you feel like doesn't belong to the story and you make it more polished. And then I recommend having a trusted person to read your manuscript. They can give you a feedback and ideas on how to improve your writing. That's called a beta reader, and it's very important so you know what to change, and make sure this person is actually aligned with your target audience, because different target audiences have different opinions. You make the decisions based on what you think is valid from their point of view. It's about you making the changes that you think are valid to your novel. And after you finished editing, if you can, I'd suggest hiring a professional editor to make your novel more polished before you publish it or pitch it to someone else, because they'll be able to provide you professional guidance. But if you can't, don't let that stop you. I want to hear from you. Do you have any questions about the writing process that you'd like to ask me? If you do, comment below. If this video helped you, like it, share it, and if you want more writing hacks, breakdowns, and motivation, then subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on this journey.